just finished a morning business meeting here, sat on the bin next to the clothes dryer. I'm very professional over here. But today I've got a little bit more of a casual vlog, sort of documenting some of my training, and I'm also going to go over some of the next races that I've got coming up. Got some big ones in the calendar in both August and September. I've got a few track races between then, so I've got some sharpening up to do still. But today I'm heading down to the treadmill to get a pretty big session in, and I thought, why not make a sort of old school vlog and take you guys with me. If you find that interesting, please leave a like, subscribe, and do all the usual YouTube stuff. But without further ado, let's get down to the treadie. So talking of races, a number just came through the post for this weekend's A6 London 10K. Now I'm not actually going to be racing the race for myself or going for a personal best. I'm actually going to be pacing a fellow YouTuber here on the platform called Aubrey Running. He's hoping to break 50 minutes for the 10K, and myself and Cole Running, another YouTuber, have agreed to pace him. So yeah, I need to write pacer here on the front. That's what I'm going to be doing this weekend. But this morning I'm heading down to the treadmill for a bit of a tempo / speed session. So my workout is 4 kilometers at 3:15s, a sort of tempo pace, followed by 4 by a K at around 5K to 3K pace, and then again 4K at tempo at 3:15. So it's a sort of a tempo sandwich workout, a bit of speed in between, and I'm going to be using these on the treadmill, the Adios Pro 3s. These are the shoes that I wore for Boston Marathon. I haven't actually run in them since, so they've still got a bit of Boston dirt on them from that very wet day that I ran the marathon over there. So yeah, it'll be good to get some speed in these again this morning. Hopefully they don't leave the gym too dirty with the mud. But yeah, I'm going to head down to the treadmill, jump on there, get some work done, and then I will talk you through my races in the calendar a little bit later on. So I just finished a really solid session there. I'll go over it when I get back to the house, talk you through some of the stats, the reason why I chose to do that session. But I'm going to get back now, it's 12:15, have some lunch, and then I'm jumping on the podcast with Callum and Tom, episode 29 of the Run It Three Ways podcast. If you're not aware, me and two other guys film a podcast called Run It Three Ways, where we talk through our training week, the running news, some listener questions. So it's sort of an interactive space where we talk about our training, but also try and get some engagement with the listeners. So if you want to check it out, I'll leave a link down below. But we record that once a week, so I've got to get back to the house to record that. But yeah, really good session. 4K tempo, 4 by a kilometer, followed by 4K tempo. And I jumped in the hot tub there at the end. I recently upgraded my gym, a little bit of a treat to myself. Jumped in the hot tub there for 15 minutes, had a shower, and now I'm feeling nice and fresh. So yeah, really good session. I'll talk you through it when we get back to the house. Welcome back to episode 29 of the Run It Three Ways podcast. In today's episode, as always, we've got more than enough running waffle to likely fill the next hour of airtime. We've got an 800 metre recap from Callum, some proper training from Tom, and a trip to Berlin with none other than European record holder Bashir Abdi. So I just finished the podcast and went out for a second run, but it was absolutely chucking it down with rain, so I didn't take the camera with me. But I did another 8 kilometres of easy running to finish off the day, so around 24k of mileage. So really good training session. Watched a bit of the Tour de France this afternoon as well. Not many people know this, but I'm a secret Tour de France fan. But let me talk you through the workout over on the Coros app. I'll jump on here and talk you through the session, why I did the session, and how I was feeling throughout. So as I was saying, today's session was a bit of tempo and speed hybrid session. At the moment, I'm going to be training for 10k races all the way down to 3k races. I've got all my races written down here, so I'll go through those in just a minute. I always like to share the races that I've got coming up, so I can explain some of the training that I'm doing, and hopefully you can pick some tips and tricks up along the way. So if I look here on the Coros app, you can see the paces here for the workout. I was averaging around 3:14 for the tempos, and then for the 1k reps at 3k pace, I was averaging 2:51 per kilometer. So I was really happy with that. You can see here from the heart rate data, for those tempo efforts, my heart rate is around 160 to 165, and then during those 1k reps, my heart rate's going up to a max of 184. I think that was recorded on the last rep, so the 4th rep. But if I look down here in terms of my heart rate categories, the majority of the run was in that threshold category, which is where I like to sit in my training. 3 seconds in anaerobic endurance, but yeah, most of the session was under control in that threshold category. And it's one of the main reasons I like to do these sessions down on the treadmill, so I can track my heart rate on my watch, and then I can adjust the pace if I need to. I find it a lot easier to motivate myself to do a session on the treadmill than a session alone out on the roads. It's great for sort of building that strength that you need for the 10k with those tempo bits either side, but also building some of that speed for the 3k with the k reps. It just gets my body used to running at 2:51 per kilometer, which at the moment still feels pretty damn fast, but I'm hoping the more I do it, the more used to that pace I'm gonna get. But quickly, before I finish this video, let me quickly talk you through my race calendar. Again, very professionally, got it all written down here on a piece of paper. So I'll just go through the races that I've got coming up. The first one is a 5,000 meter race in the NAL, the National Athletics League in Nottingham, on the 15th of July. I then have an Essex 10,000 meter championship 2 weeks later on the 28th of July. Then the next one is a 3k race in Glasgow, again in the NAL on the 5th of August, and followed by a 5k road race actually in Cardiff at the Home Nations 5k on the 19th of August. Of those 4, the one I'm most excited for is that 5k road race. Should be really competitive. You've got athletes from all around the world going to that one, so that's the one I'm looking forward to out of those 4, and I'd say is more of an A goal race. The others are on the track, and I just want to be as competitive as I can for my team, Chelmsford AC. And then finally onto my next big goal race, which is going to be the Vitality 10k in London on the 24th of September. And I'm planning to do a full training series going through how I'm going to try and get myself in PB shape for that race. The series is going to be called Project 3030, where I'm hoping to break the 30 minutes and 30 seconds barrier. My current PB is 30:56, so it's a big ask. Ideally, in the sort of long-term plan for the 10k, I'd love to be breaking 30 minutes, but I don't expect to be able to do that at that point in the year. Maybe next year that'll be a goal, but I'm not going to put any limitations on the race. But at the moment, I think around that 30 minutes and 30 seconds is going to be my A goal for that Vitality 10k. But yeah, a little bit of an update in terms of my training and the races I've got coming up. Hope you've enjoyed that. Hope your training is going well. But until next time, aspire to run, run to inspire, and we'll see you again soon.